throughout our childhood, there are TV shows that help shape our interests, our sense of humor, our values, and even our dreams. Growing up, we all had that show that we eagerly waited for every week. For Lennon and I, one of those shows is Ancient Aliens. And because of this, we decided to dedicate a series revolving around it. The concept of this series is that we each pick an episode and discuss the theories and questions, I wrote answers, that the Ancient Astronaut Theorists have. Questions like, were hidden messages left throughout history to help guide us into our future? And did extraterrestrials time travel throughout our history to advance humanity? Well, sit back, enjoy, as we dive into the 8th installment of Ancient Aliens.
We're going squatching.
We're going squatching, bitches. Welcome back to the new digs. For all you video listeners, this is Don't Touch My Sasquatch podcast. We are your hosts. I am Joshua.
And I continue to be Lennon.
Yeah, that's the last time that
Volume 8.
Volume 8. We're moving up.
Moving on up. By the way, I want to apologize. My distraction didn't mean to distract you.
Well, you're very much in my view now.
I know.
So.
Your volume and channel buttons are like waved, and I thought my eyes were glitching out really hardcore for a second there. I'm like, what the fuck?
For all you audio listeners, I'm going to look out for you right now. We got a new podcast studio with a TV, and he's looking at my remote.
Yeah. New digs.
We're still putting it together, but it's workable right now.
It's functional and
Except
looks
for your
very
chair.
Wonderful. Most of it's functional. Yeah. I am using a dining room chair right now because some fat guy squished my old chair and I got stuck in the lowest position.
Fat guy squished my old chair.
Some fat guy.
Oh God,
bastard.
Yeah, it's great though.
This is good. Honestly, I don't mind this chair because my ADD's not kicking in and I'm not like spinning around and shit.
We could always leave it.
It's not terrible. I kind of get a little lounging going here.
I guess.
We'll see how it goes. I'll see you by the end of this episode if my ass hurts.
And Patreon. Yeah, Patreon today.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. For you video listeners, welcome to the new digs.
Welcome.
Still got some put together to do and a little bit of sound absorption to put up because... hello. See, I mean, it's an echo.
It's all good. Audio engineer's got it.
He does. I know.
I hear he does good work.
He does great work. But on that note, we're going to get started. My episode that I chose was Season 9, Episode 7, called Alien Messages.
Okay.
And in this episode, man, I got room. I can express. You can't really see it on the main cam. And it's touching the table, so every time I move, it's moving the camera. Awesome. In this episode, we are going to explore the possibilities of messages being concealed inside of ancient texts, symbols, and structures that might have been left by extraterrestrial beings.
Woo!
Spooky. We're going to start this episode at Arecibo Observatory in Puerto Rico, November 16th, 1974.
I'm not even going to ask because I'm thinking I'll see it in a minute here. Go ahead.
SETI, the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, aimed their world's largest telescope at a cluster of stars, 25,000 light years away, to send a transmission out consisting of binary numbers with a message to inform other potential intelligent life of our existence. They used binary code because it's the simplest around. Seth Shostak, not sure if that's how you say his name. That's how it's spelled.
Show us your stack.
Yeah, he's bricked up. He's excited about this episode. As am I. He says, listen, we're trying to send a message to the aliens, and because we don't know anything about them, we need to make this as obvious as possible.
Great.
Binary code.
Yeah. Ones and zeros. Ones and zeros.
Ones and twos and zeros. No twos.
No twos.
The message I'm in
When a little
presentation.
something like this.
That sounded like an actual song.
Dude, great minds think alike.
The message was called the Arecibo Code. Is one. I gave you a lot to look at here, buddy.
I'm very excited.
It details all of it.
This.
Yeah, but I figured I'd do this one. Anyways, I'm getting off topic.
Didn't this get crop circled one time?
If you just be patient.
All right.
The Arecibo Code is one we have briefly discussed back in episode 42, Crop Circles. Check it out on YouTube, check it out in back history, check it out on Patreon on our backlog, so on and so forth. The message consists of, from top to bottom, for you YouTube viewers and Patreon viewers, teaching the extraterrestrials the ABCs at the top, and then he says, well, not the ABCs, but 1, 2, 3 is from 1 to 10. Okay, so why'd you say ABCs then?
Yeah, that's it.
Below that are the atomic numbers for the elements that make up our human bodies. They didn't go much into each piece between the... Well, actually, they did, because each one is the atomic... Mm-hmm. I digress. Skip that note. Let me proceed. Underneath that, they also include information about our DNA and a human figure, a graphic of our solar system, and a graphic of a radio telescope on there. Almost 27 years later, an answer appeared to be written in a field. We're going to travel to Hampshire, England, August 2001. A field next to the Chipotle Observatory, two crop formations appeared. Jesus, Josh. They were both pixelated, meaning that you were unable to tell what they are from the ground, and you needed to look from above to see the messages encoded. One of the formation was just that of a face. I didn't include that because I also should probably do that. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
The other was identical to what the Arecibo Observatory sent out in 1974. There were subtle differences, though, and they seemed to imply an answer to the original message. Mm-hmm. The humanoid figure in the field seemed to resemble that of an alien figure with a large head and a small body, much of that like the Greys. Mm. There was a different solar system, and it had a different DNA sequence. Was this one brilliant hoax or a return message from the original message sent out 27 years prior? Mm-hmm. They asked the question.
We have the answer.
I mean, I think it's pretty obvious, but I don't know. Bell sound.
Bell sound.
Flashback to 42. Beware of the bearers of false gifts and their broken promises. Much pain, but still time. Believe there is good out there. We oppose deception, conduit closing, bell sound. That's exactly what it says.
Bell sound.
Yeah. It says bell sound.
Bell sound.
Was it sent to tell us we were on the right track and communicating with the universal language of binary code? Binary code was created in the 17th century by I'm so sorry, not created.
That's okay.
Binary code was credited to a 17th century German mathematician, Gottfried Leibniz. Leibniz is said to have credited his inspiration to a 5,000-year-old Chinese text called I Ching, which is an ancient oracle code used to communicate divine guidance. Mm-hmm. I knew I was going to do that because the I is an E. Oh. The I Ching is a sort of cryptic inscription that you're supposed to decipher. The numerical symbols are values, and they are tied to a semi-mythical figure known as Fushi, who is perhaps the earliest legendary ruler of China. I want you to describe this, mother trucker, for the audio listeners.
All right.
While I take a drink.
Imagine Bigfoot works at a factory. Now, this is a factory in like the 80s and 90s. Now, he gets shit on all day at work, so he comes home and he shits on his family with a case of beer and a TV dinner in front of his TV.
I mean, that beard isn't full. His eyes are very
He's
feminine.
definitely older in his years, and he's lost a bit of his hair. It's like the Sasquatch balding.
He's got balding hair, feminine eyes.
The other thing
really
is
bad beard.
He's secretly in the closet. He's got a little bit of.
He's got
a little bit of the rabbit from Bambi in him.
Yeah. You can call me Flower if you want. Oh, good Lord.
With the voice and the... Woo! He's a handsome fella.
He's sexy.
He fucked my chair up.
He probably did. He's staring right at you. Oh, Lordy. Giorgio makes his appearance. The history or origin of the I Ching is interesting because it is said that the knowledge was imparted on Fushi by an otherworldly being. Mm-hmm. That's it. Thank you. According to ancient Chinese myth, Fushi lived in 3000 BC. He and his sister were the lone survivors of a great flood. And together, they repopulated the earth.
I was hoping it was going there.
Let's not think about that too much, folks.
Wrap it up and move on.
Yeah. It was said that one day, while he was on the Yellow River, a water dragon appeared to him, and on its back was revealed to him the 8 triagram. I unfortunately didn't include it. Sorry. I looked it up and never included it. 8 triagram. This would be the foundation for the I Ching. The 8 triagram is made up of a series of broken and unbroken lines, a distinct binary code. Was this an attempt by the extraterrestrials to set up a common communication language with mankind? Could it be?
Maybe.
May 2014, Washington, D.C. NASA researchers and SETI scientists publish a manual enlisting archaeologists and anthropologists in the search for extraterrestrial communication. The document was titled Archaeology, Anthropology, and Interstellar Communication, and it was a 300-page document, book, whatever you want to call it.
Pamphlet.
This outlines other potential forms of communication outside of binary code that scientists would deem as an attempt at communication from extraterrestrials. Mm-hmm. They singled out in the document rock art and carvings, including the Neolithic petroglyph of North Cumberland, England.
Fushi.
Okay, sorry. I was making sure. I'm not used to the presentation mode thing. Okay. Montage of similar rock carvings around the world. Mm-hmm. I don't have the montage. I'm sorry.
You're describing what was happening.
It was about 2 a.m. last night when I was putting the slideshow together, and obviously I missed a slide or two. Sorry.
Shit happens.
Giorgio returns.
Yeah.
I think that we have a start. Nope. I think that we have to start looking at these symbols and asking how they originated and from where. Let's travel now to Roswell, New Mexico, September 4th, 2004. Just 11 miles from the Roswell crash site, Robert Ridge came across a small triangular-shaped rock. Thank you. Small triangular-shaped rock sticking out of the sand.
That's the most circle triangle I've ever seen.
Well, it's kind of triangular. It was a singular color, unlike the other rocks around. The color was unlike any of the other rocks around. It's not the same.
It looks like
anything.
a fossil.
It's not the same rock. It's not the same makeup. It's all different. Total different. Yeah. And it had a design not etched into it, but protruding out of it. Mm-hmm. The Roswell rock is about 1.5 inches thick and 2 inches wide. Sounds like my Saturday night. Aw.
It's girthy.
That's it. It's just a stub. They called me Stubby. And has circles and crescents as etched into it.
Oh, God, not crescent.
Oh, yeah. Forever tainted. And Robert is convinced that this is a message. While examining it, he discovers that the rock is magnetic. But the more peculiar thing about this design is that it was found nearly 5,000 miles away in the England crop circle back in 1996, 8 years before the rock's discovery, which has led many to believe that this is just a man-made replica of that crop circle. But when looking at it, comparing it to a sandblasted replica of the rock under a microscope, you can see the distinct difference in clarity and smoothness of the lines and protrusions. It's very, let me go back to the rock. It's very
similar.
Well, if you look at the lines and how like perfect they almost look like they're maybe laser cut or something.
Sure.
But the rest of the rock would have been cut around it.
Yeah.
Because it's protruding out.
Right.
Well, the sandblasted one was just not, it was rounded. It wasn't like a sharp edge.
A uniform. I got you.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it was just like a hump. That was a hump.
Pop filter's gonna be doing his job. Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's just a hump.
It's like laser etched.
Yeah. Now,
you ever seen those laser cut like metal pieces that they fit like exactly perfect
into so each beautiful other too? No seams.
Yeah. It would have to be something similar to that kind of
maybe. I mean,
intense level of cutting.
Yeah, I mean, there's replicas of it, but not of that actual rock.
Right, but
it is magnetic too, so it like spins. So it'd have to be a magnetic rock too. But
well, did you hear that they did figure out what that was?
No,
it's actually a BOGO coupon for marshmallows.
Here's a coupon. It's a coupon. It's a coupon.
It's very cool.
Some believe, like Linda Moulton Howe, they had to bring her name up every episode.
Yeah.
I do. Some believe, like Linda Moulton Howe, that there's a message encoded into the rock. They believe that extraterrestrials that made the crop circle also made this rock and put it near the Roswell crash site to get us curious and asking the right questions. Breadcrumbs here and breadcrumbs there that bring us closer and closer to the truth. Does this rock and crop circle formation tell us something important about our future? Maybe even a date at which these extraterrestrials visitors plan on returning? Well, we'll never answer that question, so we're going to go to Nazca, Peru. Drats.
Classic.
We're going to go to Nazca, Peru. There are a series of glyphic formations that are made on a scale that can only be seen from the sky. The Nazca Lines. And they have mystified people since the early 1920s. They are known as the Nazca Lines. Some depict animals, others plants, and some even depict what look like humans. These were not made to be observed from the ground by us mere mortals, but in the sky by the gods. But 100 miles to the north lies thousands of holes. Thousands of holes in various dimensions and depths that were dug in a mountain range. They are in a pattern running north and south for almost 2 miles and are known as the Band of Holes. Like the Nazca Lines, these holes can only be appreciated from the sky.
I've never heard or seen this.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is weird.
I haven't either. But it's along, as you can see, it's along a mountain range.
Yeah.
And it's just a shit ton of holes in a line for 2 miles.
How and why and what the fuck? That's crazy. I can't wait to hear what they have to say. But yeah, that's weird.
Some believe it was a machine running over the area or a systematic mining operation. Others believe it was looters looking for treasures. But ancient astronaut theorists believe that it is a message because none of the other explanations make any sense to them. They're thinking binary code type of deal.
I think the other ones make more sense. But all right.
I don't know what kind of message it is, but let's check it out. They believe it is a message that can also be found nearly 6,000 miles away. Northwest coast of France. Here lies an arrangement of 3,000 megalithic rocks that stretch over 2 miles as well. And they are known as the Carnac Stones.
Yeah.
They are multiple avenues of stones, some standing at 30 to 40 feet tall, going over hills, and no one can figure out what their purpose was or is. Ancient astronaut theorists believe that the clue to figuring out what these two locations mean can be found by examining them side by side. Now, they both run approximately 2 miles long. They are both run roughly 8 holes or 8 rocks wide. And when viewed from above, they lay out these two sites. Sorry, not they lay out. The layout of these two sites is very similar. I couldn't find a picture that I could use, I should say, of the whole like long one.
No, yeah. I can make it out.
So,
I mean, it's not like it's like a perfect match.
No. Well, I can only get the end section. The middle section really is 8 rocks wide, and this is 8 holes wide. But the ends are for some reason more.
It's all right. No, I'm familiar with those. How it looks complete because the last Ancient Aliens episode I did was covering that.
Oh yeah. That's right. It was.
But yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Well, the layout of these two sites is very similar. Is there a connection between these two sites almost 6,000 miles apart?
No.
Well, maybe. Ancient astronaut theorists believe so. And they point to the fact that if you look at the stones at Carnac, you can see interesting alignments and that they actually duplicate, you ready for this?
Oh, here we go.
The Pythagorean theorem.
Oh, yeah.
Triangular, not theorem, triangle. Almost 3,000 years before Pythagoras allegedly invented the Pythagorean triangle. Now, I want to point out that they chose random rocks and connected them in overlapping triangles with no rhyme or reason to get their point across here.
Yeah.
I don't really know what rocks they're connecting up top. I don't know what they're connecting at all, honestly.
Yeah, it's real.
They got names
because the bulk of this stuff is...
Yeah, they got names, but I really don't know.
Falls nowhere in the triangle. Well, it's in the triangle, but nowhere important.
So I was kind of confused. And by the way, you can connect these points any way you fucking want.
Yeah.
Triangular, rectangular, hell, a pentagram.
You could do that.
Close. It's close.
You could even possibly do a parallelogram.
Hell,
You could
almost do a square.
You can't do a square.
It's a funky square.
It's a funky one. It's a rhombus.
Square. Either way, I just wanted to point out that
it's a rhomboidal figure.
They might be stretching here. And I like that this bottom point here, if you look at it.
There's not even a point.
They're just like, yeah, that's a spot right there.
If there was one here in the past, this is where it would have been.
Clearly. It just runs through everything.
And if you notice that is the only one that makes a perfect right angle to make that triangle that they're talking about.
Yes, that's true.
The point
the
that's
other two are just triangles.
Yeah. I love this show.
I do too. Well, that sold it for me. They then throw up a section of Carnac Stones and draw a bunch of mathematical looking lines to further this claim that these were built by someone that had technology that is far exceeding the technology that we even have today.
Yeah. Lines.
It's true. We can't dig 5,000 to 6,000 holes in a mountainside or stick rocks in the ground in lines.
I don't fucking get it. You're right. Not a goddamn line makes any lick of sense.
I can see how they got maybe the circles. That's about it.
Not the big one.
Yeah, I mean, there's kind of curved right there. But I want to point out that what section of the Carnac Stones is this? Like, did they just delete all the rest of them? Like, these are the ones we want to focus on.
Yeah.
Anyways,
but why?
Well, because it's Ancient Aliens, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes they make goofy connections, and sometimes they make sense. This is one of the goofy connections.
It is.
Now, Ancient Astronaut Theorists believe that these are, in fact, all messages and that the proof can be found
in the pudding.
In the Bible. I thought you were going to say the Bible. I was like, damn, you got it.
I have it.
We are now traveling to London, England, 1971. Oh. Author John Michell unearths evidence of a numerical and geometrical ancient code seemingly embedded in the sacred stones of ancient Egypt and also in the plans of New Jerusalem. He carefully examined the physical description of New Jerusalem in Revelations 21. He uncovered a sacred design. At the core of Michel's diagram is the squaring of the circle and the division of the circle into equal sectors, a zodiac wheel, and the positioning of 12 gates to the heavenly city, 3 each side of the square representing the 12 tribes of Israel. All went over my head. There's the picture of it.
Yep.
That's supposed to be the New Jerusalem. There it is, folks.
We give you New Jerusalem.
There it is. So, well, he claimed that this would be how New Jerusalem would be built in the future, and that it was all encoded in Revelations in a mathematical, geometrical way. Mm-hmm. He proposed that this sacred geometry represents the order of the universe, and ancient astronaut theorists suggest that the same geometrical concept can be found at... We're going back to Nazca, Peru, okay?
Hey, jumping around.
Just jump around.
Jump
around.
Jump.
Oh. We don't bounce. Anyways,
Yeah.
the Nazca Line, known as...
Nazca Line.
The Nazca Line, known as the Sun, Star, and Cross, is the strangest and most mathematically accurate of all the Nazca Lines. It is precisely formed star polygram made of 2 squares surrounding a perfect circle, all sharing the same center and diameter inside the grid. Same diameter. Inside the grid, there's 2 sentences, are wheels within wheels and squares within squares. The design mirrors New Jerusalem's sacred geometry. It is also very obvious what it is called a mandala. From ancient India or Tibet, what is a Mandela glyph doing in a remote desert in Peru, though? Mm-hmm. Giorgio points out that it is interesting to note that viewed from the sky, it is very similar to the layout of the temples of Bora Budor. Bora Budor lies 11,000 miles west of Nazca in Indonesia and is laid out in a series of circles within a platform square.
Side note real quick. Side tangent. I got thinking about it when you were first talking about Nazca Lines. Did you hear recently about, those protesters that like destroy all this crazy stuff or important stuff? Did you hear what they did? They destroyed some Nazca?
They didn't, did they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's the point?
Yeah. Whoa.
One of us vibrated violently. Oh, that was the tablet.
Yeah.
Okay, I turned the vibration off the tablet. Sorry.
I was looking it up real quick just to see what they had done, but I can't remember. But yeah, they apologized to the people of Peru. Thanks. But yeah, it's like when they keep throwing the paint and shit on the artwork and everything.
I don't
what's the
get
fucking
why.
point?
Ha! Fuck artwork. Ha!
Yeah.
Fuck the history. We don't want to learn.
Right, but yeah, they did some of that to the Nazca Lines. Fucked it up.
I'm not a huge history buff, as you know, but I'm not going to go around destroying it.
Yeah.
For some point they're trying to make.
Exactly.
What that is, other than their giant dicks, and I don't mean the ones in their pants.
Well, they don't have those.
Well, some do, but they're not giant. Is all I'm trying to say. They look like fucking grubs. Anyways, Easter Island, Pacific Ocean, almost 2,000 miles off the coast of Chile.
Yeah.
Easter Island is home to nearly 900 megalithic structures that are carved out of volcanic rock in the shape of big-headed people.
Yes, they are.
Yes, they are.
They're cool.
Now we move back to Peru, to Machu Picchu. And once again, they move 10,742 miles away to Mohenjo-Daro, Pakistan. Yeah. Which is a site that ancient astronaut theorists believe a nuclear explosion happened in the distant past.
Oh, yep.
Yeah. These 3 sites fall in a straight line along the center of the round Earth. This line also, with a slight margin of error, runs through many other mysterious ancient sites. You got the Giza Plateau, got the Nazca Lines. Mm-hmm. You have Angkor Wat in Cambodia, just to name a few.
Angkor Wat's cool.
Yeah?
Like, dead serious. It is a cool place.
I can't remember which one that was. They were shooting a lot of shit at me.
Yeah.
Anyways, this cannot be an accident or coincidence, they exclaim. How is it that so many important sites across the globe seem to follow this line. Mm-hmm. What can explain this coincidence? Giorgio has the answer, as always.
Always.
This is bizarre because only people capable of flight, or at least being able to look at maps, would be able to do such a thing. Could it be because some of these points could in fact be places where our ancient ancestors came into contact with extraterrestrials? I don't know.
Maybe.
Ancient astronaut theorists also say that evidence of extraterrestrial intervention can be found by looking at how early humans aligned their most important sites with the stars.
That one.
I was hoping to get it.
That's the one.
For example, the Giza Plateau in Egypt, the pyramids align exactly with Orion, the belt stars of Orion. Mm-hmm. The ancient city of Teotihuacan in Mexico, and the Hopi villages in the American Southwest, and the Thornborough hedges in northern England, all also align perfectly with the belt stars of Orion. Mm-hmm. Now, David Wilcock, sorry, that's the end of the presentation. David Wilcock says that it's time for us to responsibly take a look at what we're really seeing and understand that there's a worldwide, intelligent, highly mathematical, precise plan behind these designs. Mm-hmm. It could be true, actually.
He's not wrong.
Are the curious locations and alignments of ancient sacred sites actually meant to serve as a sort of communication? And was its purpose to leave behind a hidden message for future generations to discover? Ancient astronaut theorists believe yes. And they believe that a message was also left in our bodies.
Oh, ways.
But this is interesting.
Okay.
The University of Cambridge, we're going to the University of Cambridge, England, March 1953. American biologist James Watson and English physicist Francis Crick discovered the three-dimensional double helix shape of DNA. Mm-hmm. This was a great step forward to unraveling the mystery of mankind's origins. Our genetic code is so complex that Francis Crick suggested that it didn't happen by chance and that it is not of this earth. Mm-hmm. He's the physicist, by the way.
Yeah.
Their research suggests that our DNA is billions of years old and that we were seeded from the stars. Is it possible that DNA is an intelligently designed code? If so, may there be even more information embedded in our genetic makeup that scientists have yet to find? Well, I'm going to leave you with a final thought from the actual scientist. I didn't write his name down. Fuck that guy. The properties of DNA make it a unique storage device. Mm-hmm. We've talked about this in different episodes. Remember the rabbit?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
You can replicate the coding with the same information. Mm-hmm. That if you wanted to store a secret or stamp of the maker, DNA would be your choice to last forever. Mm-hmm. So
that's cool.
It is cool. Would love to know. I don't have 40 minutes. Okay. I don't have a timer anymore.
I know.
Getting used to all this.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my episode.
It's gorgeous.
It was pretty good. It's pretty good.
It is good.
Pretty good. What did you do?
I didn't do a slideshow, but you don't need one.
I don't need one.
You don't need one.
Fuck the slideshow.
Ancient Aliens for me. So today's episode of Ancient Aliens episode takes a closer look into evidence from our past of the theory that extraterrestrials might actually be time travelers, or better yet, that they might be human time travelers.
I've heard of this. I like it.
This is a good one. We open up with Bern, Switzerland, September 16th, 1905.
Where's Bern, Switzerland?
Switzerland.
Perfect.
Albert Einstein publishes his theory of relativity. The theory posits that space and time are one in the same.
I like it. Do you know his equation for that?
B
C
D.
Boom. Squared.
Yes. His theory revolutionized Newton's previous standing claims that the two are separate, wherein space is a solid container and time is an unstoppable flow.
I thought you were going to say force.
No. But now Einstein opened the doors that both of these things, space and time, are malleable and can be controlled or utilized.
I like that.
Such as when approaching the speed of light, time will slow for you and only you. Now, when Hitler and the Nazi Party took over in 1933,
we're going to Nazis, baby.
We're going Nazis.
Sorry.
We're going to fight them, not like...
I was going to say, why are you so excited by that?
Like, I just love history.
I just love history.
And this is a cool, wild, wacky thing.
I just noticed in our solo shots, at least mine, I can't see my mic. It's pretty cool.
Can't see mine either. No, you can see mine. It just blended in with my shirt. We're good.
Sorry.
Anyway.
Tangent
16. Number 7. When Hitler and the Nazi Party took over in 1933, Albert Einstein fled to the United States, where he warned the U.S. of the terrible horrors that might come if the Nazis gained access to advanced technologies. Now, in a hard left turn into a very solid brick wall at 80 miles an hour, the show then asks us if Einstein might have helped the Nazis build a time machine prior to his departure. There he is.
Sorry. I'm just going along with you. I'm giving my own slideshow.
Beautiful. Grupo Arecibo. That's Albert Einstein. He's like, I got an idea here. They went through to tell us about the cool things that he came up with, and then they immediately slandered him and asked the question if he helped the Nazis build some shit.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, maybe. Could be. Possibly.
So the show asks if Einstein might have helped the Nazis build a time machine prior to his departure. This thread seems interesting. Let's keep pulling. In the Owl Mountains of Poland, the Nazis constructed 7 underground bases for their secret project called Die Glocke.
Oh, I've heard of this.
Yes. Now, it is here that researchers believe between 1943 and 1945, the Nazi scientists constructed clandestine experiments to help them win the war. Spoiler alert, it didn't work.
It didn't?
No.
Thank God.
The most debated and most controversial of their developments centered around Die Glocke.
There she is.
There it is, right, that purple
The Glocke bell.
For you English-speaking listeners, you know who you are. Die Glocke means the bell.
Oh, I didn't know this.
The device they supposedly developed was named this due to its shape, which resembled a large bell, obviously. It is theorized that this 9-foot wide and 12-foot tall bell-shaped capsule would allow them to time travel. It is speculated that it utilized rotating magnetic fields to achieve such travel.
Just like most dildos. Sorry. Just love throwing something at you. That was great. It was that was great. Sorry.
The CGI animation that they gave us depicts a bell-shaped craft with chains securing it to a structure as it spins and gyrates haphazardly. It's pretty much that purple one. That one you just had up.
I've seen the one, the picture on the right that I just clicked on.
Yeah.
With chains, it's spinning, and then there's like a circular thing.
It's like fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
Apparently they constructed it in their 7 underground bases. One of their 7 underground bases. Time travel.
Fun.
Who would have thought? Now.
Ooh. Totally off topic.
Hit me.
But also on topic.
Do it.
So you know the episode Destination... Oh, an episode. I'm sorry. You know that I told you the series came back, Destination Truth or Expedition? I can't remember which
Expedition.
one it was. On Wednesdays.
Yes.
They did one on the Argentina. There's like a big fucking mansion on the lake in Argentina. I've seen this one on... It was a different like hunting Hitler thing where they couldn't even go to it because they thought someone was living there.
That's not a new one.
What?
That's not a new one.
What?
That episode.
Which one?
The Expedition Unknown with the mansion.
Well, I saw it for once, and they found like a German Nazi coin there.
Uh-huh.
Now, it's not saying Hitler was there, but obviously
it was
a Nazi.
Very predominantly in the area.
Yeah.
And it was like right on the water, and it was like the perfect lookout. Yep. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That whole episode was wild.
Yeah. I just thought it was cool.
It is.
I mean, it's not cool that they got away, but...
No, but that's the history stuff. The history's fascinating. Something can be terribly tragic and yet fascinating to learn about.
Well, history is a mystery. It's not a mystery anymore.
Oh.
The president is a gift. Therefore, I'm going to let you finish your sentence, your episode, your topic, go ahead.
Yes. So we should have just asked Werner von Braun when he appeared on Disney after Operation Paperclip on
Disney.
the Med. Yeah, he did.
I didn't know this.
Yep. He was Operation Paperclip, one of the top ones. But instead we found out about the Glocke in the whole project. We found out about it by Nazi General Jacob Sporenberg during an interrogation session by the Polish following the war. Now, when the Allies closed in on the research facility, the project leader and the device were nowhere to be found.
Of course.
Project leading scientist Hans Kammler
Gruber. Sorry.
had vanished and left behind 4 official stories of his death. Nobody knows what happened to him or Die Glocke.
4 official stories of his death?
Yeah, so...
Not just one. He died 4 times.
He didn't... Yes, so I worded that poorly. He didn't leave, 4 stories and I was like, pick one. But,
yeah, I like this one. This is very, demeaning.
Yeah, from his... from the end of the war and stuff, and all the people that were interrogated and so on and so forth, 4 official stories of how he died.
Gotcha.
Were explained. So...
Okay. So they don't know the truth.
Fishy there, yeah.
A little fishy in here.
December.
Close your legs.
Oh, December 9th, 1965.
Yeah.
A fireball is witnessed by thousands in the sky before seemingly crashing in Kecksburg, Pennsylvania.
Ooh. It was the Glocke.
The military showed up immediately and kept everybody at a few miles arm's length away while they grabbed up everything that they could from the crash site and cleaned the area before then denying anything had happened at all. But some descriptions of the fireball revealed it wasn't just a fireball. Reported sightings described it as a bulbous, acorn-shaped object and like a bell.
Hey. Did it have a Nazi symbol on it, though?
No.
That was a great song. I loved it. Thank you. Oh!
It's actually me stubbing my toe.
I just realized Worthington is in every shot.
Worthington be Squatch. There he is.
Ready to go to get him a pipe.
Good days.
Pipe and a monocle. Well, we got it in the double shot again. Yeah. Don't worry.
I was going to do a hot.
Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to turn this cup on.
Good,
Man
good
cup.
stuff. Good stuff. Good
Coming
stuff.
out of his dick. Sorry.
So anyway,
Yeah.
it's described as a bulbous acorn-shaped object and like a bell. So could
Dude,
it
that
have
is
been? Yeah. Was it Hans Kammler and Die Glocke?
That'd be
I
interesting.
don't know. Connections.
Does
Mystery.
that also make it
Intrigue.
a time-traveling
Bell.
bell?
Possibly.
But it's moving time and space.
Well, they're one and the same.
Well, all right. The Earth is moving around the sun and our whole solar system is moving in the galaxy.
I know what you're saying.
And the galaxy
yes.
is moving in the whole. So you have to take into account the fact that we're
Yes.
moving.
You cannot time travel without teleportation.
So therefore,
One and
did he just get the damn thing? Locations, coordinates wrong. If there are I have no clue how it works. I'm not a scientist.
Nor do we know if he actually did do that.
That's
he
right.
may.
Yeah.
He may have tripped and fell down the stairs running away and broke his fucking neck.
They just didn't find him because
Yeah.
it was in a sewer.
Yeah.
Rat that he is.
Yeah.
Fucking
I
disgusting.
mean, not all those scientists were that bad. I mean, they did horrible things
I was
to...
about to say, what are you talking about?
What? A lot of them were forced to.
Were they?
And a lot of them, most of them
I
were...
swear I was forced to do this.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There was heroes and victims on everywhere.
I was about to say, in every war, in every culture.
Yes.
Even us.
What was the villain? Just
I
kidding.
didn't mean us.
Starting my villain arc.
Finally.
Chaco Canyon, New Mexico.
It's a good transition.
We catch up with Giorgio in his best action hero attire yet.
Oh, the Indiana Jones outfit.
Oh my God. This
Fucking
dude,
hat and-
he's got the hat. He's got a scarf that goes down below his waist,
Hold on,
like towards his knees.
I have not seen this.
He's got a leather jacket on.
Oh, my.
He's got the scarf wrapped around his neck, and then the tails of it are coming down underneath the leather jacket, and they're hanging down by his knees, and he's got these like gray cargo shorts or pants on, and he's got these like fucking military boots with like unlaced, his pants tucked in, and he's just like, Giorgio, baby.
This is young Giorgio.
He's the fucking man. Look up Giorgio Chaco Canyon. We'll see if we can get anything out of this. But in the meantime, we catch up with Giorgio in this attire at the site of the Anasazi people's ancient ruins. Here at the plaza of Pueblo Bonito, Giorgio explains how this structure is a representation of our place in the universe and time and where it all began. Their use of elevation depicts us, the people above and the people below, all around the plane of the landscape around it. So they've taken this terrain and they've built elevated plateau structures, and on the opposite of elevated plateaus, sunken.
Yeah.
They built structures. And
canyons?
Sure. And then they built the structures on the landscape around it. So they used it to depict the people above us and the people below.
As above is below.
Yeah, I mean, he's always draped up in the, like, drippingest fashions. Look at him go. Look at him go. More power to him. He's a good guy. He's such a good dude. He is. Look, he's wearing some kind of precious jewel, gemstone rock artifact around his neck. He's a damn Indiana Jones.
He makes me feel bad in this picture. He looks so, like,
defeated.
Hi.
It's me. So anyway, researchers believe that they built their civilization with advanced knowledge of mathematics, astronomy, and engineering. Don't you say anything about the voice crack. What? Okay, never mind. Knowledge of mathematics.
Why so serious?
As always, the knowledge seemed too far a stretch for these people, so as always, it was created with the aid of advanced knowledge from outer space. An outside source, I should say.
Gotcha.
Nobody ever gives credit to the knowledge of the ancient world. Everybody always jumps to, nah, they were stupid.
Yeah.
It's always, they couldn't fucking do this.
Nope.
All right. Now,
They did something, though. I mean, all these megalithic structures and mathematical equations, and they weren't fucking stupid.
No, they weren't. I even...
Whether you believe in aliens or not, they weren't dumb.
Yes. I saw a video the other day that kind of explained in a way that I actually hadn't heard of before, how they were able to cut certain rocks that everyone's like, oh, these are too hard to cut. How they were able to cut certain rocks with such precision. And the thing that the video was trying to explain is that we underestimate the literal manpower and time it took. We think that, they cut this block today. Done. Oh. They cut a block in a fucking month, and like they have the manpower to just keep fucking circulating it going. But what they had done was they took a regular saw or some kind of special saw. They got a line started on this block, and then they constantly sprinkled sand in there. Okay. And then they used the grit of the sand in conjunction with the saw, and they just kept working it down. Because apparently they've realized that the certain sand was the crystals in there were harder than that rock. Because there's a hardness scale to rocks. Yes. So in order to cut a rock at level 3, you have to cut a rock at level 6 or something. Yeah, right. So,
but what about the hard rocks like granite?
Exactly. It's not a perfect answer, but it is an answer that I didn't think of before.
Because some of those rocks some of those rocks are really hard. Exactly. And they're so precisely like cut that I don't think a saw could cut. Right. Like,
not saying it answers all of it, but
I know.
Yes.
I'm just trying to give them credit to being even more.
It is
geniuses.
definitely,
however they did it.
However, it definitely was a laser, though.
A laser
gun.
I think we should put a laser and attach it to a shark's head.
Freaking laser beams on their head.
You got it.
Now, researchers believe the answers to who helped them might be found in their ancient rituals. The Anasazi people believe in a multi-dimensional existence. I should say they believed, because they existed between 900 and like 1100 AD or something like that.
Not anymore.
Yeah. They utilized what they called crystal stargazing, which was a ritual.
Oh, they're going to say crystal meth.
Oh, no. I mean, who knows what they were on. which some say allowed them to time travel. Their glyphs depict what happened during their crystal stargazing sessions. They would see humanoid creatures, space, odd animal life, and everything in between. Even spiral galaxies, because as you'll find out in a second here, the glyphs, with their depictions of all of this stuff, there was one that was like a circle and a circle and a circle and a circle, and there was a line going through it. So immediately, spiral galaxy.
Right. I see it.
So yeah. So this is just some of their glyphs here, but you see the weird animal life. You got a four-toed.
Looks like a deer to me.
Right.
With antlers.
But you know how they are. They're like, well, it's got two tails.
Or some idiot accidentally like rubbed up against it. I see the four-toed like foot-looking thing.
Yeah. So just
multiple four-toed ones.
Yes.
They're hunting. There's a dude with an antlers.
Yes. Keep that in mind. I want you to keep that in mind on this next one here.
Okay.
Their glyph depict what happened during their crystal stargazing sessions. Humanoid creature, space, odd animal life. The Hopi, who are believed to have descended from the Anasazi, believe that the quote-unquote ant people saved their people from the destruction of the universe. These same similar ant people can be deciphered from the glyphs at the Chaco Canyon site. Okay. That is the antler thing.
The antenna guy.
Yeah, ant people.
All right.
That same.
That's where Ant-Man came from.
Possibly. Which I'm glad you talked about that. We got ant coming up again. So that ant being pops up in a few different glyphs that they showed. These humanoid figures.
These humanoid fucks.
These humanoid fucks come from the sky in the Hopi legend and have protruding antennae from their head. Similar to the Anunnaki in Sumeria, you'll like this one. Similar to the Anunnaki in Sumeria, the star beings came down from the sky and provided salvation from disaster by leading these people underground. In a strange coincidence, the Hopi word for ant is Anu, and the word for friend is Naki.
Ant friend?
Yes.
Huh.
And there's the
same... that's totally different theory on Anunnaki, though.
Yes, but it's the same same story of what they did come down from this. Yeah, they come down from the sky and help them underground. Anunnaki, ant friend. It's very strange.
It is.
It's a very strange coincidence. I don't get how it all works together, but it's a strange coincidence.
They also are said to come from the star Naboo.
Naboo?
Or isn't it Naboo?
Tatooine.
No. I'm actually talking about there's a planet that is supposedly
Nibiru.
Thank you.
Naboo is in Star Wars.
I know.
That's why I thought you were kidding.
You know what? I should have had my lightsaber up and just which still might come up. I don't have a clue. We'll see.
Now we're gonna jump to a completely different topic. The Mahabharata.
Oh God damn, we're good with the Mahabharata.
Yeah, we are.
We can say that word. We can't say easy words, but
exactly. The sacred Indian text, written in the 8th century BCE, tells of King Ravita, who, when he travels to the heavens to speak with the creator god Brahma.
Ah, yes, I remember all this.
Yeah, when he returned, he was hundreds of years in the future, and this is clear evidence of space and time travel. Clear evidence of it. In the Hebrew Bible, prophet Jeremiah had a similar account of time travel. While chatting with some friends, Jeremiah turned to a young boy named Abimelech and persuaded him to go out of Jerusalem and atop a hill to collect some figs for the group.
Oh, I love collecting figs.
Figs collection's my favorite.
Hello.
I have a love of figs. Hello.
That's all I can say. Hello.
Now, once Abimelech got to the top of the hill, he grabbed the figs all up, and with figs in hand, Abimelech felt the wind pick up some strange noise and then blacked out. Maybe he did shit himself, but he blacked out.
Okay.
He regained consciousness and realized that some time had passed and it was now almost evening. So he ran back into the city because he still got the figs for Jeremiah and the boys.
Yeah.
And he now finds that it is filled with soldiers and commotion.
And Jeremiah is no longer around.
He's nowhere to be found. Pleading for answers as to where Jeremiah is and what the fuck is going on, an old man speaks up and informs him that 62 years had passed since that day.
He knew. He said, wait, I remember you.
You motherfucker never brought my figs.
I'm not Jeremiah, but he was going to share them with me.
I were my figs.
Call me Fig. My name is Newton.
God, I wish I could put these in a semi-passable treat for everybody to eat.
Oh, they're so disgusting. I'm sorry.
They're okay for one. You can take one and be like, yeah, it's good. It's good. I'm fine if I never touch this for 3 years again.
I can't even take one.
Yeah. Now, another clear indication.
Fig Newtons, people.
Another clear indication of time travel in the ancient words of religion. Now, we're getting into the science section here. In Switzerland, at the Large Hadron Collider,
Ooh, I like this one.
by accelerating protons at high speeds, colliding them together helps to unlock answers to the universe and matter as a whole. On December 13th, 2011, the CERN... I went ad-lib there because I didn't write it. On December 13th, 2011, they announced findings as possible evidence of the Higgs boson or the God particle.
Braxton Hicks.
That's a disease.
Oh,
the
you're
God
right.
particle. The God particle
Is that disease? Oopsies. I moved the whole mic.
Braxton Hicks?
I thought that was...
No, it's a disease.
I thought that was the fake contractions that pregnant women have.
Well, you are correct. It is contractions are sporadic contractions and relaxation of the uterine muscle.
We don't have those.
I don't.
No, we're men.
You don't have yours anymore. After your hysterectomy.
Not quite. I've never had one.
No.
That hysterectomy happened in the womb.
Now, the God particle is essentially the glue that... Glue? That was the weirdest glue. I said it like I had glue in my mouth.
I mean...
The God particle is essentially the glue that holds together... Shut the fuck up. I can't say it.
The glue.
I can't say glue.
Glue. You just said it. Glue.
It's a weird word, glue.
Blue glue.
The God particle is essentially the glue that holds together the four believed forces of the universe, and the discovery of this particle will provide many answers to the understanding of the forces of nature. With the successful discovery of the theorized God particle, if you pull up the image here, Jamie, I'm just kidding.
God particle?
There's nothing. With it might come the discovery of the Higgs singlet, a particle that is believed to have the ability to travel between dimensions as well as time travel within our own dimension.
Ooh, I would like that.
It's very cool. The Higgs
Hold on.
singlet.
In other dimensions, too.
Yeah.
So they're confirming there's other dimensions.
Yes, they are.
Or they're saying. They're not confirming.
Well, yeah. We know of 3 dimensions with a proposed 4th dimension being time for
I'm
us.
a fucking idiot.
I love it.
I'm thinking dimensions is like...
Into the Spider-Verse. Yeah. It's okay. It's okay.
Who's an idiot?
There's 3 dimensions at this table right now.
No, there's 4. Don't you see the one that's coming up?
You see different. Now, but researchers suggest as many as 10 or 11 other dimensions that we do not know about or have the ability to access yet. But subatomic dimensions...
I'm telling you, it's the full screen, man.
It is, too. It's got a little weird. Some subatomic dimensions might unlock interstellar and time travel. Think quantum realm and Ant-Man.
I like it.
A theory pushed as an answer to how extraterrestrials travel across the universe and throughout history.
Yeah.
In a flawless overlapping comparison, the Hadron Collider and the Aztec calendar are overlaid on top of each other, and the similarities are eerily similar. Is this the answer to how they have...
Yes.
How they have traveled?
100%.
Okay.
That's Mayan calendar. I know. I just fucked up.
It's okay. It's okay. But same general concept.
Gotcha.
So it's literally both are circular. Small circles, big circles. They're circular. That's it.
Nice.
That's literally it.
Circles. The Mayan calendar too. Then I mean, boom.
Yeah, but they made the overlapping comparison. They put one over top of the other, and they were like, "That's it. Look at how did nobody get this before?" With that logic, I would like to propose the carrot is a penis. The carrot has always been a penis.
Right? Yeah, Peyronie's disease.
Oh,
That's why they use it.
It's been. Now, let's travel to Roswell, New Mexico.
Oh, we both go to Roswell.
A brief introductory summary of the Greys and the abduction phenomenon propels us into the final food for thought. We are the Greys. This is a very interesting one. Their basic form is the same as us, minus the obvious features such as color, size, and of course, eyes.
Basically everything, yeah, other than our, like...
Same structure.
Yeah.
It's all similar, it's just like those three things. Now, they seem to have an accurate depiction. They seem to be an accurate depiction of what the human race would evolve to look like if we had become in the future a space traveling race. I don't disagree. This part is very interesting. Yeah,
I've heard of.
It's
this
very
theory.
fascinating to think that that's our evolution.
We
But
wouldn't need muscle because we're in space. We wouldn't need a lot of the stuff that they have.
need-
Big eyes so we could see in the dark.
exactly,
Yeah.
we wouldn't be around the sun to get the color to our skin.
Skin.
Let's see.
But most of the color of our skin comes from
Vitamin D. Just kidding.
just pigment. Or
I
skin.
almost said melatonin.
But nope. That's sleep.
Yes. Yeah, but this part is very
mixture with
interesting.
blood too, though. of
Yeah,
course.
yeah. And then they lost me because the Roswell crash. You're gonna love this. The Roswell crash happened close to the date of the Egyptian goddess Isis's birthday. We are urged to wonder if the alien bodies from the crash weren't time traveling ET. I do not get the connection. Now, let me preface this and say that there was a section in there that I didn't end up writing on the on Osiris and Isis, the two Egyptian gods, and how they just kind of BS their way through a little segment about how they're probably aliens.
I want you to say what that first line says. On
There
the
can be
text.
no date given for the birth of Isis. Exactly. I don't get it. They literally said, coincidentally, this is pretty much word for word, said coincidentally, the Roswell crash happened around the same time as Isis's birthday. Never said like, oh, it happened a day before, which even that would be fucking, who cares? But they said that the crash happened around her birthday, and so it has to be related.
Absolutely.
But anyway,
You know what? It was around Osiris's birthday too.
it could have
Seta
been.
or Seti as well. But not Zeus's.
Not Zeus's.
Zeus was December 6th.
By SETI, you mean the Center for Extraterrestrial...
Was it Seti? Set. My bad.
It's okay, I'm like SETI.
I just didn't know.
The
somehow, sorry.
research.
Yeah. It has a birthday too.
Yes, it's time for Linda Moulton Howe appearance in the episode.
All right. I told you we both get that woman.
Yeah, I didn't talk about her other than I said LMH appearance in capital
That's what I
letters.
said.
A theory is posited that somewhere in the future, the Greys which we become are somehow no longer able to procreate. Thus, the need to travel back in time to when mankind could and make it the sexy time.
Make it the sexy time. Well, so they're genitalists. Is that what they're kind of
That's
saying?
what they're proposing. They're proposing that somehow in the future they have
We lose our...
our ability to procreate.
Okay. But do we go to the bathroom still? Do we...
Well, it might not be the ability to procreate as much as the need for it. If they like,
Well, if there's no need for it, then why would they go back and do it with us?
no need to do it physically. Maybe it's not like a physical pleasure thing for them, but maybe more so. I'm thinking like they're growing, in
It will always
labs.
be a physical pleasure for me.
Ladies. So this would explain all of the hybrid and sex-related abductions. Now we leave you with these final thoughts that actually are kind of like,
Told you sometimes I do have those.
yes, we are proposed Greys, just not the Greys yet. We
Okay.
become a space traveling race and possibly a time traveling race. It would be very interesting. And also, Roswell was a birthday party that got too wild.
Yeah. They really loved the Egyptian goddess Isis.
They apparently did. So
And-
they got fucking hammered and they DWI'd their fucking UFO into Roswell.
Isis was an alien.
Yeah, supposedly.
Remember, all these gods were an alien. Therefore, they were just celebrating their ancient sister's, that's right, sister,
Oh.
birth of, the year. of the month and date.
Nothing. Oh, yes, because there's no birthday for her. But yeah, so that was my episode. Love Ancient Aliens as always. We make fun of it, but I fucking love that show.
Because they do have some points.
They do have some points, and sometimes they're out there. Theories are fun.
In a 43 to 44 minute episode, we have about 4 minutes of good points and 40 minutes of what the fuck?
Science. Yes.
But on that bombshell and our new digs, Lennon, throw them to our first outro of the main episode.
You did. Oh, never mind. That was final thoughts. You got to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah, never mind. Well, what now? Ladies, gentlemen, and Squatches, once again, thank you so much for listening to the Don't Touch My Sasquatch podcast. If you're enjoying our show and want to show some love, hop over to our Patreon where you can dive into a treasure trove of exclusive bonus content and explore the multitude of perks we offer to our supporters. Explore our website where a mysterious merch awaits. Pair it with our Patreon membership for a special discount on your purchase. Because who doesn't love a good combo deal? I was going to give it like, oh, let's fucking get it.
We have that in the front of the fucking
You looked at it all episode.
And never said a damn thing about it.
Connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, or send us an email at dtscast@gmail.com. We are always thrilled to hear from our incredible listeners.
Sure are.
For a visual treat, check out our YouTube channel where Josh crafts some incredible video editions of our episodes, and check out the new studio. In progress. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Links to everything can be found in our show notes.
Yeah.
And hey, while you're listening, why not drop us a stellar 5-star rating? Your support fuels our growth, ensuring even more fantastic content for your ears. Thank you for being part of our mysterious entity. Union is the old one. Thank you for being part of our cryptid, UFO, and spirit seekers coalition. Until our next encounter, keep exploring. Remember to, I gotta figure out, stay curious, be vigilant, and don't touch my Sasquatch.
Don't do it. He's flying over Roswell right now. Ah, shit. He crashed. Definitely got all three. Definitely got it. Got it.
You sure did.
Got it. All right, 23 minutes into my presentation. We still haven't gotten the first slide passed.
Sweet. Sponsored by Monster Energy. Let the beast out.
If you have a presentation, yeah, you never do a presentation. But if you did, yeah.
I was going to fuck myself. Sweet.
Oh, my God. This is awesome.
This is legit.
All right. Are you ready?
Nervous.
It's kind of scary. Well, Capitan, I am ready whenever you are.
Alrighty.
I kick this bitch off, don't I?
Hey, look at that thing.
Just close your eyes.
Look.
Close your eyes. Close them. Close them.
Look away, child.
I didn't put it in.
I'm fire. That was a good one.
Back to Fushi. Excuse me. Sorry. He could be true. I mean, he could be accurate. I mean,
could be.
Researchability.
Yes.
You know what I forgot?
The other one?
Yeah. So we're just going to have to do it this way. How about a camera? That's a nice finger.
That's a good finger, if I ever.
Now I need to figure out which is which. Do they have labels? No.
Silver. Silver is your S22.
Thank you. Oh, that's... You. Guess what, though? It's time to end the audio. 3, 2... You can call me Flower if you want. No more bleeps or 1, 2, 3s. Aw. God damn it. This is awesome.
This is goddamn entertainment, folks.
All right, let's go.
You know, we probably talks through it.
To be or not to be.
He's a good guy. He's a good guy. And they go, what do you do? Well, son of a bitch.
He ain't gonna be showing up here.
Son of a bitch. Aren't we classy? Oh, you can't tell when I'm gonna snarf this bitch up.
Cheers.